Since I've talked about previous studio closures by Sony, I thought I'd mention the most recent one, Bluepoint Games. Unlike other studios, I have no feelings either way about them because they haven't had an original game since Blast Factor, which was in fact their very first game. Since then, they've only done ports, remasters, or remakes. I am grateful that they remastered Gravity Rush for the PS4, a great game that was overlooked on the Vita and giving the opportunity to be played by a new audience. Meanwhile, people keep talking about their remakes of Shadow of the Colossus and Demon Souls. But my issue is, those were remakes, which means those are someone else's games that they just put a modern coat of paint on. And to me, it ruined the aesthetics of the originals and not at all a true experience of those masterpieces. Let's look at some comparisons of before and after and see what has changed. Now, as you can see, the old ones have this, I don't know if it's bugs or something in the air, and the lighting is a bit different. I like the more stylized visuals compared to the other one, which seems to be going in a much more realistic direction. So here we see that not only are the visuals different, but the animations are different as well. The old PS2 animations are a bit more chaotic. Meanwhile, the new ones are much more reserved, much more normal animations. The emphasis and realism on the PS5 version means that it can no longer try and do artistic things like the PS2 version, as well as the poncho, I think is what he's wearing, kind of flaps about all over the place in the PS2 version. In the PS5 version, it's a normal piece of cloth, but it's a lot more interesting with the PS2 where it's just flapping about. And here's something that I'm going to link a video that talks more into detail, but the color and how in the original it's a lot more bright. A lot of light is shining down and illuminating this in a ridiculous amount. Meanwhile, in the PS5 version, it's just normal. It's a normal lit place. And it's a different feel, and it's something that was taken away that was a stylistic choice, which is why I say play the original, because these changes are small, but they make the experience. Now, having said that, I don't understand why they couldn't just make a new game, like they did with Blast Factor, but this time with a similar scope to the remakes they've been doing, except something new for once. But it's modern day Sony, so they're working on a live service God of War game. How would that even work? That sounds so preposterous. Why is it so hard to just make a fun game?
Ultimately, it's involving the player and making the player really feel that they're in this story.
Then again, the entire industry is not in the best place. Xbox head Phil Spencer is retiring and is being replaced by an AI executive.
That's okay. No, I mean, I think that we just need to imagine the world as every application becoming an AI application. I would say think at a much bigger scale than what we have before.
Many are predicting the end of Xbox, which would lead to less competition, even though it's been, years since Xbox was actually putting up a fight. I don't dabble with new releases anymore, but it's quite tragic to see how the industry is just shooting itself in the foot and then proceeding to jump off a cliff. Anyway, if you need me, I'll be playing peak stuff.